Welcome back to Brand Chops, the podcast that helps small businesses build stronger brands and stop wasting money on marketing without a strategy. I'm Zack Lemear here with Chris Duhaime, and today we're diving into one of the most passionate and emotionally driven brand archetypes, the lover.
And so if you've been following along, we've covered the innocent, the explorer, the sage, the hero, the rebel, the magician, and the everyman. But today we're focusing on a brand archetype that connects deeply through emotion, intimacy, and desire.
Lover brands don't just sell products, they sell experiences, passion, deep emotional connections. If your brand is all about romance, beauty, indulgence, self-expression, this episode is for you.
The lover archetype is built around passion, intimacy, and desire. These brands create an emotional experience that makes customers feel valued, desired, or more connected with themselves or others.
And that's why some of the most well-known lover brands are in industries like luxury fashion, beauty, perfume, fine dining, and even high-end cars. Think about brands like Victoria's Secret, Chanel, Godiva, and Alfa Romeo.
Take Chanel, for example. Their branding is all about elegance, desire, and timeless beauty. The way they present their products make customers feel like they've been stepping into a world of sophistication and sensuality.
And then there's Godiva. They don't just sell chocolate. Anyone can sell chocolate. There's so many places selling chocolate, but they sell indulgence and luxury. Their packaging, their ads, and even the way their stores are designed evoke pleasure and romance.
Yeah, so if your brand is about creating emotional connections, celebrating beauty, or encouraging indulgence, the lover archetype could be the perfect fit.
So how does the lover brand attract the right customers? Lover brands appeal to those customers who crave emotional connection and sensory experiences. These are people who appreciate beauty, romance, and self-expression.
Yes, and the lover customers are often looking for something deeper than a functional product. They want an experience. They want to feel desired, confident, and emotionally fulfilled.
Right. So how do lover brands speak to their customers? Messaging is always everything. These brands use language that evokes passion and connection. Things like indulge in luxury, timeless elegance, unforgettable moments, unleash your desires, the art of seduction, celebrate beauty, embrace love.
And visually, lover brands use rich, warm colors like deep reds, soft pinks, and gold accents. Their design is often elegant, smooth, and seductive with flowing typography and romantic imagery.
This is why brands like Alfa Romeo and Victoria's Secret lean into lover branding. I mean, it's kind of interesting too that Victoria's Secret is a female brand built by a man, and it's a whole other episode and a whole other case study on how this can work. But it's because they know their audience, they lean into this archetype. And talking about sensory experiences, it's all about how things feel and look on their body, how they make other people feel when they look at them, the sensual nature of the whole thing. Their marketing is all about that confidence and attraction and desire.
Isn't that Victoria's Secret? Isn't that why they call it Victoria's Secret?
Yeah, I'm not sure why they call it Victoria's Secret, that it's a dude that
I think
invented
it might be because it's a dude that's running it.
It's Victor's secret, really.
Yeah, exactly. So as powerful as lover branding is, there's definitely some drawbacks or mistakes that businesses need to avoid. And some of those are over-sexualizing the brand.
Exactly. Lover brands often embrace sensuality, and there's a fine line between passion and being overly provocative. You don't want to be smut magazine. You want to be elegant. You want to be something that can still be placed in a mall like Victoria's Secret. If your messaging is too focused on attraction alone, it might feel shallow or off-putting.
Yeah, another mistake brands make is ignoring that emotional depth. Lover brands aren't just about physical attraction, they're about emotional connection. So if your branding lacks real heart and storytelling, it won't feel authentic.
And one more is failing to create a lasting relationship with the customers. We talk about this a lot, is about relationships and community. Lover brands thrive on loyalty and connection. If you're only focused on the short-term attraction, you're missing the real power of this archetype.
Yeah, and so we've been talking a lot about really large brands that have big budgets. So let's talk a little bit about smaller brands and how they can practically use this archetype to their advantage. So if you're listening and thinking, this sounds like my brand, here's a few tips on how to lean into that lover archetype.
First is focus on emotions. Lover brands don't just sell products, they sell feelings. Your messaging should evoke passion, intimacy, or indulgence.
Yeah, and step two is to create an experience, whether it's through packaging, customer service, your website. There's a lot of different ways that you can have your audience experience your brand. Lover brands should feel luxurious, intimate, and personal.
And step three, build strong relationships. Lover brands should create a loyal community by making customers feel valued and appreciated. Personalized marketing, VIP experiences, exclusive offers. These things work very well for the lover archetype.
One more tip is use sensory marketing. Lover brands thrive when they engage the senses, whether it's touch, scent, or sound. Make sure your brand experience feels immersive and unforgettable.
So here's some final takeaways. The lover brand archetype is all about emotion, passion, and deep connections. If your business is built on romance, indulgence, or beauty, this might be your brand identity.
And in order to make it work, you got to focus on strong emotional messaging, sensory branding, and personalized experiences. Avoid being too superficial and overly provocative.
Exactly. If you're loving this brand deep dive, stay tuned. Next episode, we're talking about the jester archetype, the brand that wins by being fun, playful, and full of life.
And as always, if you found some value out of today's episode, subscribe, leave us a review, and let us know what your biggest branding questions are. We might even be able to feature them in an upcoming episode.
Thanks again for listening to the Brand Chops, where we chop up brands to see what they're made of. See you next time.
See you guys.
Brand Chops is brought to you by the fine people at Pivot Creative. Pivot Creative is a full-service branding and marketing agency that partners with businesses to build brands that connect so that every dollar you spend is an investment and not an expense. If you need some branding or marketing guidance, a website, a new brand, or want to learn more about one of the topics we cover on the show, please reach out to us at pivotcreative.com. If you know someone that would benefit from learning more from one of our shows, please share the episode. Visit brand-chops.com. And as always, like and subscribe if you find this content to be helpful. See you next time on Brand Chops, where we chop up brands to see what they're made of.